guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marion and I'm here to teach you some English, and I help intermediate students to boost their level and to become better in English. Today we are talking about the present perfect. And I know the present perfect is difficult. I hate it. I'm sure you hate it too. But don't worry, I'm going to explain it for you and I'm going to give you examples. Okay, let's dive in. Okay, first let's have a look at the structure. The structure of the present perfect is have in the present form and past participle after. So have, I have, you have, she has, he has, we have, they have. Okay, this is the form of have. And then you need the past participle, which means that it's the third column of the irregular verbs, or ed if it's regular. Let me give you two examples. If it's the verb to see, we put the third column of the irregular verbs, seen. If it's the verb to look, we put ed at the end because it's regular, looked. Okay? And if you're not sure about the pronunciation of the ed at the end of verbs, I have the perfect video for you. I'm going to put it here. Click on it after this video and go watch it. And okay, this is the structure, guys. Have, present simple form. This is your auxiliary, okay? It doesn't mean anything in terms of actions, of definition. It's only a grammar thing, okay? The auxiliary have. And then you need your past participle. Okay, that's the structure. If I give you an example of a sentence. An example is, I have played tennis. I have played tennis. Negative form, I haven't played tennis. Question, have you played tennis? So you see it's I haven't played tennis. Have you played tennis? So you have your auxiliary have. It changes if it's positive, negative or question form. And the past participle doesn't change. It stays the same, okay? It doesn't matter if it's a question or negative. The past participle doesn't change. I haven't played. Have you played? Okay? And you just need to adapt and put the negation with the auxiliary if it's I haven't. Another example, I've seen her recently, and see I contracted I've. I have or I've. Okay, it's just the contraction. I've seen her recently. Negative form, I haven't seen her recently. Question form, have you seen her recently? Have you seen her recently? Okay, so exactly the same idea, but with an irregular verb, to see. Have you seen? I haven't seen. I've seen her. Okay, so now that we have the forms and the structures, okay, if you're not familiar with the present perfect, first just work on the structures, okay? Create examples with different verbs and put the correct have form if it's I, you, she, he, they, okay? Adapt the form with the subject and then try to think if it's regular or irregular, and that's it. Just work on the structure first. And when you are confident with the structure, you can go to the next step. If you are enjoying this video, you can also check my website, and I've put like a summary of all of these explanations written down. So if you are more of a visual in terms of explanations and examples, go on my website, English with Casey, and you're going to find the last article, which is present perfect. And I hope you're going to enjoy it, guys. And the next step is, when do we use the present perfect? It's not easy, okay, because sometimes you can use the past simple or present perfect. It just depends on what you want to say, what you want to express. So there are three main contexts of when to use the present perfect. The first context is when you want to talk about a past experience, but you don't really mention when, you don't have an indication of time. It's something in general, but in your past, okay? A lot of times it is used with ever, never, or before. So with these three words, ever, never, or before, you can use the present perfect. Let me give you an example. An example could be, have you ever been to the UK? Have you ever been to the UK? Or, I've done CrossFit before. I've done CrossFit before. Okay, these are two examples of my experience. You don't know when, you don't have any precisions. I'm just giving you a yes or no answer or question. Okay? And something that is easier for you to remember with this context, do you know the game Have You Ever? If you're young or if you were young before, like me, you might have played this game, Have You Ever? Usually it's a drinking game, okay? But I used to play that quite often with my friends. It's a very common game. Have you ever done that? Have you ever been there? Have you ever something? Very common. And if the answer is yes, you had to drink. So that was the game. And in English, this game exists and it's called Have You Ever with present perfect because we want to know if it's yes or no. And you talk about your experience in the past. So the second context for you guys, it is when you want to talk about a recent past, very recent past, 2 seconds ago, 5 minutes ago, very recent. And usually we use the word just when you talk about that. For example, I've just finished teaching. I've just finished teaching. That's an example. Or imagine if you are cooking something and you cut yourself and you say, I've just cut myself. I've just cut my finger. Hi. Yes, are you at the supermarket? Oh, you left. Well, I've just noticed that we don't have any more milk. Would you mind going back and getting some? I know it's a bit annoying. I would like the oats one, if you can find it. That's the one I like, my favorite one. I know, but I've just noticed it. I'm sorry. Alright, thanks. And the last context for you guys, it is when you want to talk about something that happened in the past, but it's linked to today, it's linked to the present. So you have a link between the past and the present, or you have repercussions, consequences on the present. I've seen that movie already, I want to watch another one. I've seen that already. Okay, and see that I'm contracted, I've seen that already. And a lot of time again, you are going to find the words yet or already with these contexts. As you can see, there are some drops of water on my plants because I have already watered them, so I don't need to water them more. It's already been watered, so which means that I put some water in my plants and I don't have to do it anymore because I've already done it. And it's a bit brown because of the sun as well, but I'm working on that. But it's beautiful, I love it. And other indications of words are for and since. And this is when you want to talk about a duration or a starting point in the past and an experience that is still continuing, you can use for or since. For example, I have lived in France for 5 years. I have lived in France for 5 years. Or I have studied English for, I don't know, all my life. Probably 17 years. So 7 years at school and then later on just on my own or in the UK. So that's it, guys. These are your context. So remember, when you have specific words like yet, just, already, ever, never, try to use the present perfect, but don't mention a specific date like in 2017. No, that is the past simple, okay? I'm going to put some examples, okay? And I hope it will be better for you. Okay guys, I hope this video was helpful, and don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to put a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you in the next video.